This seminar will be held associated with the AgTechnica Asia's and HORTI Asia 2022. The Regional Agriculture's Machinery Technology Fair will be held with the exhibition of agriculture's input and innovation in growing vegetables, fruits, and flowers in the Asia regions. Today, we're going to have many highlight sessions. We're going to start with the roles in the developments of agriculture innovations that we invite and have the honor to invite three specialists on the startups innovations. And then we will learn more on the AgTech Connects programs that run by NAAs. And we also invite three startups on the agriculture technologies, two from Thailand and one from Netherlands. And lastly, we will open the session of one-on-one B2B matchings that you can have opportunity to discuss with the startups companies. So first, I would like to open the until today, and we going to have translators. Also, I would like to invite the Kumpicharis here with us today. She will be our translators. Okay. Okay. I will start with invite Kun Parivat Wongsamrans to open the remarks on formalities. The floor is yours, Kun Parivat.
Thank you very much, Patty. Mr. Lloyd Lammenberg, Program Director from Starlight, Mr. Han van der Born, Executive Netherland Thai Chamber of Commerce, AgTech Startup, and everyone. สวัสดีครับ and good afternoon. The National Innovation Agency under the Minister of Higher Education, Science, Research, and Innovation. Actually, we have the mission to build up and develop the startup ecosystem in Thailand. About 6 years ago, we also would like to make the startup understand how to be grow up here in Thailand and beyond Thailand to another market as well. So, but along the past 2 years, we faced many COVID-19 situation, and so many startups here in Thailand have the fluctuates, and we would like to build up more and more. And one thing that we have done in the past 2 years about the agriculture, because agriculture sector and food sector is the huge market size in Thailand and the biggest sector in Thailand as well. And we also have the advantage among the Southeast Asia because Thailand have the biodiversity issue, and for the agriculture and food is a good the products and the good sector that we would like to develop for the startup. And you can see among the startup in Southeast Asia, we don't have much agriculture tech and the food tech as well. And so that's why the NAA would like to nurture and incubate and accelerate them to be the new engine of growth for the Thailand as well. And we open not just really for the Thai startup, we also open for the foreign startup to join the program here in Thailand. As I mentioned about the COVID-19, the last 2 years, many startups also face something that would like to difficult to move on because they cannot sell the products from the other and also the farmer as well. In the past, many farmers, they also export some food agriculture products by themselves. But when they face up about the COVID-19, they cannot export some agriculture product to another country. This is the problem between the farmer and the startup, AgTech startup. So that's why we would like to let them know each other, work all together each other. We try to create a platform to help them to link each other, and because the startup in the past cannot connect directly to the farmer before, but right now our platform AgTech Connects, we can bring all them together on the same platform and make sure they can work all together very well. And then actually we also would like to bring them go abroad as well, because the agriculture technology and the agriculture products is a good thing for the Thailand to export to outside, beyond the Southeast Asia. And we would like to and hope that the Thailand is going to be the agriculture tech startup hub for the Southeast Asia. Many tech startups, they would like to develop the idea here and test MVP and prototypes here, and make sure that can make the product market fit beyond, and then they can go to the Southeast Asia market based on the Thailand as well. So we seek out the partner, and in May 2019, we have the chance to visit Starlife in Netherlands. And we have to exchange some idea and some collaboration that possible. And we all, along the way, we also have many programs together, and we also keep the connection. And today we have the fresh food to collaboration each other as well. So I think that international collaboration between agencies is going to be a good start. And we hope that this program today is going to be helpful for the startup and many farmers, and along the way, NAA and Starlight, they would like to make the collaboration to make sure that we can nurture the startup AgTech ecosystem in Thailand and can go beyond Thailand to Southeast Asia. And thank you very much for everyone, especially for the Starlight and Netherland Thai Chamber of Commerce to help us to create this program today. Thank you very much. สวัสดีครับ
Thank you very much, Khun Pariwas, for the opening remarks. The secondly, I would like to invite Lloyd from the Starlight to give the speech. The floor is yours, Mr. Lloyd.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Pariwat, for your nice words. Much appreciated, and of course, it's also good to see you, Hans and Monta, again in the call. Of course, we are very happy with the MOU, and of course, we expected something else to come from the MOU, but then COVID hit, you know. So I would say this is a good time to get started again and to actually exchange. And make collaboration happen, because it's really important in order to reach the goals that we have set for our global planet, and support the startups in the driving force for innovation. If it's okay, I will just shortly share a couple of slides so everybody is on the same page. If there's any questions, feel free to jump in. Let me see if this works. I think so. Can you confirm if you see the screen? Yes, okay, thank you so much. So for those that don't know me yet, so my name is Lut. I'm working at Startlife, which is the accelerator on the Wageningen campus, closely connected to Wageningen University and Research. And as was already maybe mentioned, we need to double food production in the next 35 years, right? And at the same time, we have a challenge of producing 4 to 5 times more carbon efficient. So that's a very concrete challenge where we, let's say, have to aim for with our planet in the next couple of years in order to make it all work. And it's important that we do it together within across the whole value chain. To find solutions for these challenges. So what I'd like to show you is shortly how our organization evolved and how we have also become more global, because we realized we can't, let's say, address these problems on our own. So we were founded in 2010 here on the campus specifically to support the spin-offs. And then soon we realized that it doesn't make sense to do this only for the spin-offs in Wageningen in our small ecosystem. So we need to act global. And that's also why back in 2019, we have decided, okay, we need to open up our ecosystem. We need to collaborate with all the leading hubs in food and ag all over the world. And that's also where the signing of the MOU with SpaceF and the NIA was arrived from. So it's great to have the Thai ecosystem on board, and we see already the first collaborations happening on that end, both with the startups but also with corporate partners back in Thailand. So again, I just wanted to highlight that we think partnerships is crucial in making this all work. And especially, I always like to repeat that the number one reason for startups, startups is a risky business. So the number one reason for startups not to make it is because they're building something that nobody needs. And of course, team is another one, and cash on the bank is another one. But the main reason for startups not to reach the market is that they are basically building the wrong product. So that's why partnerships are crucial, to really understand the local context, to really understand the problem on site, and based on that, further develop the solution. So that's why we were really happy to have these 35 partners on board, and also looking forward to onboard more partners to have basic faster product market validation. So since we were founded, we have supported over 400 startups, and they have together collected over 300 million in private funding. And we're really proud on some of the startups. I just wanted to highlight some startups just because it's always more fun to talk about startups than only about us. So there's a couple of startups specifically in the AgTech space where I think we could also try and find more collaborations with the Thai ecosystem. So this is, for example, a startup which is aiming to bring not so much the robot to the plant, but the plant to the robot. So they are actually in the greenhouse businesses, and their vision is to develop an autonomous indoor farm to make indoor farming more accessible all over the world, and also more climate resistant. Another one is a company called Par Plus, which is working on a luminescent coating, which is basically converting the UV light into PAR light, and therefore increasing the crop yields between 8 and 10%. And this is, of course, a very scalable technology that can also be applied in the local context in Thailand. Of course, not all crops have a limitation in terms of light, but for those crops that can use more light, this is a fantastic solution to basically increase the crop yield while not increasing the resources which are needed to get there. And then last but not least, in the same category, there is a company called Crocus Labs, which is developing a new type of light, actually increasing the spectrum of the light and therefore allowing more crops to be grown indoor in indoor farms. As today, there's most of the crops which are growing indoor are leafy greens, and the main reason for that is that these crops actually, that the current LED systems don't have the spectrum to also support, let's say, more fruity vegetables. So this is another company. It's an early phase company, but it could also be very relevant, I think, for the Thai ecosystem. I hope this is clear. So as some of you might know, we have an accelerator program. So there's a big invitation out here for all the startups which are also active in the Thai ecosystem to apply. And we are very proud on the companies that we have supported so far, and we are looking forward to welcome even more. Thank you so much. If you'd like to, let's say, dive deeper, then feel free to connect. We're happy to see how we can collaborate together. And if there's now any questions, I'm happy to take them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kulos, for sharing the information. We are glad that we have finally the collaboration with the Starlights after the MOUs. And last but not least, I would like to invite Khun Han Badabons, our Executive Director from Netherland Thai Chamber of Commerce, to give the remarks.
Thank you, Patty, and good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Khun Pariwat, Khun Monta, and the other NIA friends. It's a pleasure seeing all of you here online. Preferably, I am more of a physical person. I prefer to meet up with people, engage with people. But okay, this is the chosen format, and nice to see you, Lutz. I think the last time I was present at the MOU signing ceremony. So I hope also soon to be able to see you live again, Lutz. Thank you all. The Netherlands Thai Chamber of Commerce is a membership organization for the Dutch and the Thai businesses. They would like to collaborate and promote, let's say, each other, the best interest for trade, but also for investments, for startup scene. So we try to be everywhere in every sector. And as you understand, the Netherlands has a little bit of background in also the agri-food and agri-tech and related sectors. So that's where I think it's relevant for us to be part of NIA and all your initiatives. What I can say is that we started our collaboration with the National Innovation Agency a few years ago already. I remember with Kun Monta, we were approached and we were visiting some of the Dutch-Thai initiatives in agri-food tech related companies, where we went on a jury to check whether it ticked many boxes on sustainability. The things which Lutz, I think, has been talking about and what is so important is the concept, is it a sustainable concept? Will this be something the market requires? Can we vouch for that? And a lot of great initiatives we saw, and the relationship with NIA actually continued after that. And just to share an example, we work a lot on the Chiang Mai-based agri-tech scene. We call that Tech in the City. Next Wednesday, I believe, 1st of June is the next edition. So for the audience who would like to zoom in, please be welcome or visit us in Chiang Mai. It's not only about agri-tech, but of course, agri-tech in the northern part of Thailand is very important. We're very close also with Chiang Mai University over there. Now, specifically agri-tech, interesting this week, of course, there are a few trade shows, and that's why I mentioned I'm very happy to be welcoming overseas guests again during this past week. This week was quite hectic. So let me just share with you what at the Netherlands Thai Chamber and what we have been engaging with in this past couple of days. Actually on Tuesday, maybe interesting for the audience, it was sort of a closed environment, closed door symposium, but we organized a whole day symposium on where the opportunities would be in the growing or starting of growing the cannabis industry. Now, the cannabis world is, of course, in Thailand very relevant. I think we all know that Thailand is opening up. I hear words of we want to be the cannabis hub of Southeast Asia or even perhaps the world. So last Tuesday, we organized this symposium where we zoomed in on the opportunities, also on what kind of solutions there are in efficiency. Where can we learn from not only the Dutch, but also Canadian and other American expertise? And an example of maximizing productivity levels, further enhancing quality of, let's say, the flower. And I hear Lutz mentioning UV lighting and all sorts of robotics and technical solutions. It's also happening in that world, and perhaps even faster, because there's probably a little bit more money to be made out of cannabis oil than maybe just a tomato. So these are examples of, let's say, this week on Tuesday. I was also happy to be part of the HORTI Asia, as we are currently also still on the last day of HORTI Asia in the booth of the Netherlands. And there we also shared and we learned from the same Wageningen University, the topics which is also very relevant for this country, and where we might need some more technical solutions in the pesticides, the use of pesticides, and how can we ensure that we actually are making things more biological? Where can we learn from making sure that the product we produce, Thailand wants to be and is the kitchen of the world, but we are realizing that we are seeing residues in the food products, in the end products, when you export them into Europe, Japan, and America. So how can we further improve on traceability, on the high quality of standards of food? So where Thailand can also be, again, a world player and remain a world player. And these are topics relevant, and I think there are some Dutch solutions there to be found. Also in collaborations with university and other, let's say, local universities here in Thailand. The same news was echoed yesterday when I visited another trade show, very important, the Thai Fex, the Anuga, which is also very important for the Thai economy, exporting food items. The same topics were relevant. I spoke to one of our members, he's growing chili paste, and you are probably all going to KFC and you're using Heinz chili paste and ketchup, etc. Most of these products are coming from Thailand. And it is also important that in those products, you don't find residues, that the soil being used is at the highest quality, and Thailand will remain relevant there. And these are current discussions we are hearing in the scene of food, and where I hope technical solutions might be one of the answers to that. So we are very much open to collaborate, support, because we think this is a very important sector. Ruud mentioned it, we need to feed 10 billion people in a few years from now. How are we going to do that? I think the Netherlands, of course, has some background and has a great reputation, but this is not a Dutch-Thai problem or Dutch-Thai challenge. This is a worldwide challenge. So we feel and we welcome all kinds of international collaboration. We as Dutch Chamber do that with our European partners, with our joint foreign chamber colleagues in Thailand. We are also quite active in the food advocacy work group under a European chamber here in Thailand, where we raise those topics and discuss in all sorts of levels to ensure that everything will be better. We also do that on a local, national level. We are quite involved in Konken. I'm sure most of you know Konken. If not, please have a look there on the AgriTech. Lots are happening. Midpon, a large company, is very actively in Konken with their lab and their research centers. But they're also going to open up an innovation center. And in that innovation center, they're also looking for AgriTech startup company and startup scene. So if you're interested, more than happy to connect you over there. We do the same in the EEC. I'm sure everybody is aware of the Eastern Economic Corridor. We run programs every year in September, and this year as well on the 23rd, where this year's topic would be the BCG opportunities in the EEC. So where can we see the biocircular and green economy solutions and challenges within the EEC area. Now, this is not, again, the topic for Thailand only or the Dutch. This is an international under a joint foreign chamber umbrella. We do the same again in November in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai, of course, important also from an agri-food tech sector. I understand on the 2nd of November, Asia Fruit Logistica is coming to Bangkok, something to be also careful about. I think it's an important exposition there. And last but certainly not least, on the 30th of November until the 3rd of December, the first World Cannabis Expo will take place in Bangkok. So these are a few of, let's say, relevant topics, relevant sector topics where we as Netherlands Thai Chamber would like to encourage every participant to learn more. So if you want to know more where we can support, please have a look at our website. We communicate these events and relevant reports also through this website. Personally, I'm always more than happy to connect, to support wherever we can. Please feel free to reach out. And I'm also staying in this webinar to learn more. Personally, good also to know perhaps that one of the topics we feel very important is alternative protein. I know there are some great solutions. I believe today we're going to learn again from a Thai example and where we can support that as well. Many initiatives, too many to mention, but just as a end of this little welcome word, I wish you all success. I wish you also more than happy, like I said, to connect. And please do reach out to us, preferably in a face-to-face meeting, and not so much on a webinar online style. All right. ขอบคุณมากครับ
Thank you very much, Kunhan. We wish to a face-to-face meeting with everyone. And we would like to invite Kun Pitri to give us a translation.
Yes ค่ะวันแรกนะคะขอแปลของคุณปฏิวัติวงศ์สำราญก่อนนะคะในเรียนคุณรุธดัมเมลเบิร์กผู้อำนวยการโครงการของ Start Life นะคะแล้วก็คุณฮันส์เวทแวนเดนบอร์นผู้อำนวยการหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยนะคะแล้วก็ท่านผู้มีเกียรติทั้งหลายค่ะสวัสดีครับวันนี้นะครับแนว NIA ภายใต้กระทรวง สำนักงานนวัตกรรมแห่งชาติหรือ NIA ภายใต้กระทรวงอวหรือการอุดมศึกษาวิทยาศาสตร์วิจัยนวัตกรรมนะคะเราได้มีมิชชั่นที่จะสร้างสตาร์ทอัพอีโคซิสเต็มมาให้เกิดขึ้นในประเทศไทยโดยให้มีความสมบูรณ์มากยิ่งขึ้นตั้งแต่6ปีที่แล้วและในการวางแผนยุทธศาสตร์เราก็ได้ทำมาแต่เมื่อ2ปีที่แล้วสถานการณ์โรคระบาดไวรัสโควิด -19 ทำให้จำนวนของสตาร์ทอัพได้ลดลงนะคะเราก็เลยจะต้องเพิ่มจำนวนของสตาร์ทอัพให้มากยิ่งขึ้นโดยเฉพาะสตาร์ทอัพในด้านของการเกษตรแล้วก็การอาหารซึ่งเป็นส่วนเซกเตอร์ส่วนใหญ่ของประเทศไทยแล้วก็ครอบคลุมเป็นเซกเตอร์ที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในประเทศไทยโดยอาหารและการเกษตรเนี่ยทาง NIA แล้วก็ได้บ่มเพาะเร่งสร้างแล้วก็มีโปรแกรมต่างๆที่เราจะยินดีต้อนรับทั้งสตาร์ทอัพไทยแล้วก็สตาร์ทอัพต่างประเทศถึงแม้ว่าในสถานการณ์โควิด -19 นี้เราเจอกับเหตุการณ์ที่ยากในการที่จะมีความร่วมมือนั้นเราก็ยังได้มีความร่วมมือกับ Startup Life Start Life นะครับแล้วก็ในการที่เราจะมีทำให้การเกษตรโควิด -19 นั้นเกษตรกรและเกษตรกรไม่สามารถนำส่งออกผลิตภัณฑ์เกษตรได้เพราะฉะนั้นเราต้องมีความร่วมมือแล้วก็ทำงานด้วยกันกับหลายๆประเทศแล้วก็สตาร์ทอัพทางด้านเทคโนโลยีการเกษตรนี้ก็ขาดการลิงเกจกับทางเกษตรกรเพื่อที่ว่าจะได้นำเทคโนโลยีต่างๆมาใช้ในด้านการเกษตรมากยิ่งขึ้นทาง NIA เราเลยได้สร้างหรือว่าก่อตั้ง AgTech Connect แพลตฟอร์มAgTech Connect แพลตฟอร์มขึ้นมานะคะซึ่งจะทำให้เป็นการเชื่อมโยงระหว่างสตาร์ทอัพ AgTech กับเกษตรกรให้มามีการทำเทคโนโลยีพัฒนาเทคโนโลยีให้เกษตรกรได้ใช้มากยิ่งขึ้นนะครับในการนี้ NIA เองเนี่ยอยากจะเป็นสตาร์ทอัพหับสำหรับ AgTechสำหรับ Southeast Asia เพื่อที่จะเป็นสถานที่แรกที่ Startup AgTech เนี่ยได้นำ MPV มาทดสอบแล้วก็สามารถไปสู่ตลาดของ Southeast Asia ได้ซึ่งในการนี้เนี่ยเราต้องมี Partnership เป็นสิ่งสำคัญที่จะมาช่วยให้แพลตฟอร์ม AgTech Connect ของเราจะยั่งยืนได้อย่างเช่นที่ Start Life เราได้ไปเยี่ยมชมในปี 2019 เดือนพฤษภาคมแล้วก็มีการแลกเปลี่ยนความคิดเห็นมากยิ่งขึ้นแล้วก็อันนี้ก็เป็นโปรแกรมที่เกิดจากความร่วมมือทำให้สตาร์ทอัพแล้วก็เกษตรกรมีการแลกเปลี่ยนความคิดเห็นมากยิ่งขึ้น NIA และ Start Life อยากจะไปมีความร่วมมือมากยิ่งขึ้นไปเพื่อที่จะทำให้เกษตรกรไทยแล้วก็ทางด้าน Startup AgTech เนี่ยมีการทำเทคโนโลยีมาใช้ในเซกเตอร์เกษตรมากยิ่งขึ้นต่อไปเป็นของคุณลูทรัมเวลเบิร์กนะคะStart Life ค่ะใน Start Life ผมยินดีอย่างยิ่งที่ได้จากมีการลงนาม MOU แล้วก็ได้มีความร่วมมือกับทาง NIA มากยิ่งขึ้นแล้วก็มีการรันโปรแกรมนี้ซึ่งเป็นโปรแกรมความร่วมมืออันหนึ่งที่เราได้มีความร่วมมือกันมาแล้วก็ผมอยากจะแชร์ข้อมูลเกี่ยวกับเรื่องอาหารเล็กน้อยอาหารนี้แล้วถ้าเกิดเรายังคงจำนวนของประชากรนี้อยู่ใน35ปีถัดไปเราจะต้องมีการเพิ่มการผลิตอาหารเป็น2เท่าเพราะฉะนั้นในการที่จะส่งเสริม AgTech Startup นั้นมีความจำเป็นอย่างยิ่งแล้วก็ทำให้เกิด Start Life ขึ้นมาซึ่งก่อตั้งในปี 2010 และในปี 2019 เราเริ่มและในระยะเวลาที่เราทำงานใน Start Life เราก็ได้เห็นความสำคัญของการที่เชื่อมโยงเครือข่ายแล้วก็สร้างเครือข่ายให้มีความสำคัญเราจึงมีการสร้างความร่วมมือลงนาม MOU ใน 2019 กับทาง NIA และสตาร์ทอัพการที่สตาร์ทอัพบางรายเนี่ยอาจจะไม่สามารถทำงานได้สำเร็จหรือว่าสร้างธุรกิจไม่สำเร็จนั้นเกิดจากการที่สตาร์ทอัพไม่ได้สร้างสินค้าหรือผลิตภัณฑ์หรือบริการที่คนต้องการเพราะฉะนั้นสำหรับสตาร์ทอัพเองในสาขาเทคโนโลยีการเกษตรเราควรรู้ว่าconsumer หรือว่าผู้บริโภคเนี่ยต้องการอะไรโดยทาง Start Life เนี่ยตั้งแต่เปิดมาในปี 2010 ได้สนับสนุน Startup AgTech ไปแล้วจำนวน 400 กว่ารายแล้วก็ได้ยกตัวอย่างStartup ที่ทาง Start Life ได้สนับสนุนนะคะก็อย่างเช่นจะมีเป็น indoor เป็นการทำเกษตรในที่ร่มนะคะโดยใช้ระบบอัตโนมัติทั้งหมดนะคะก็คือเป็นหุ่นยนต์ทั้งหมดแล้วก็ทาง Start Life เองเนี่ยยังมี Accelerator โปรแกรมก็คือโปรแกรมบ่มเพาะและเร่งสร้างที่จะมาบ่มเพาะ AgTech Startup นะคะโดยAgTech Startup สัญชาติไทยเนี่ยก็ยินดีต้อนรับอย่างยิ่งนะคะถ้าจะสมัครไปให้เกิดการบ่มเพาะต่อไปจะเป็น speech เป็นคำพูดของคุณฮันส์ เวนเดนบอร์นะคะหอการค้าไทยและหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยนะคะก็คือคุณฮันส์เนี่ยบอกว่าใน 2-3 ปีที่ผ่านมาได้มีการสนับสนุนสตาร์ทอัพมากยิ่งขึ้นสำหรับหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยแล้วก็เกิดมาเป็นพัฒนาความสัมพันธ์ของNIA กับทางหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยทำให้เกิดเทคโนโลยีมากยิ่งขึ้นการนำเทคโนโลยีมาใช้แล้วก็ประยุกต์ใน AgTech หรือว่าในเกษตรมากยิ่งขึ้นนะคะแล้วก็ทางหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยเนี่ยยังมีการเกี่ยวข้องหรือว่ามีการรันโครงการที่เกี่ยวกับการเกษตรมากยิ่งขึ้นทางคุณฮันส์ก็เลยยกตัวอย่างนะคะอย่างเช่นว่ามีการทำซิมโพเซียมหรือว่าการประชุมสัมมนาเกี่ยวกับการปลูกกัญชานะคะโดยเอาตัวอย่างมาจากทางเนเธอร์แลนด์แคนาดาแล้วก็อเมริกานะคะแล้วก็ทางหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยเนี่ยยังไม่ได้จัดกิจกรรมแค่ที่กรุงเทพเท่านั้นยังมีการจัดกิจกรรมที่ต่างจังหวัดเช่นในขอนแก่นนะคะมีการทำนวัตกรรมการเกษตรแล้วก็ที่ EEC นะคะเศรษฐกิจระเบียงเศรษฐกิจทางตะวันออกนะคะก็มีการสร้างรันโปรแกรมนะคะในทุกปีนะคะแล้วก็ในเดือนพฤศจิกายนจะมีการจัดที่เชียงใหม่นะคะถ้าเกิดต้องการทราบเกี่ยวกับข้อมูลการจัดกิจกรรมต่างๆของหอการค้าเนเธอร์แลนด์ไทยสามารถดูที่เว็บไซต์ได้เลยค่ะค่ะก็ประมาณอันนี้ค่ะขอบพระคุณค่ะ
Thank you very much, Computery, for the translations. For the next sections, we're going to learn more on the AgTech Connects. As Kun Pariwat mentioned before, that NAA we develop programs that call AgTech Connects. So I would like to invite Kun Kurisala to describe more on the programs.
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะพี่แพตตี้ Can you hear me? Okay. Share screen. Screen. Is it full screen now? Right. Okay, good afternoon, my dear guests and speakers. Thanks for joining our session today. I am Kulisa Butputnaka. I'm an innovation counselor from NIA, and now I'm working in AgTech Connects project. So at first, I would like to introduce the background of this project, so it will be easier for you all to understand what we are doing now. The AgTech Connects is the accelerating program and incubating program for the agricultural technology startup that attempt to connect between farmers and startup. And our role is just to act as a bridge between the farmers and startup and to facilitate the transferring for the technology and innovation from startup to the farmers. So our project has been well done since last year, 2021, and this year just opened the second batch in the beginning of May. And now the startup are in the incubating program and preparing themselves to be ready to expand the market size. And the project could not be done without the strategic partner from both government and corporate sectors. So the overview of our program is starting from learning. The startup have to learn how to understand the farmer mindset and how to set up the strategy to access the high impact customer. And after that, we will pave the way for startup to get ready and have a demonstration in fields. And in the meantime, the mentoring system also provided for all startup. And finally, our main objective is to accelerate the startup to up their level to growth state and really access to the bigger market size. In this program, we are looking for AgTech startup who have ready to use innovation and ready to expand the market size and have real traction, and everyone who willing to join the program. To join the program, the startups from AgTech fields are all welcome. Whether you are from the upstream or midstream or downstream in industry, you can join. And if you don't understand or are not sure about the criteria of this program, you can contact me directly. I will leave the contact in the end of the presentation. And this is the picture from the last year activity. And we got around 15 AgTech startup to get in the incubating program. And we have a seminar in the topic of customer insights, so marketing strategy, customer validation or branding for the startup. And after that, we have the demonstration in fields for the farmer who want to use the innovation or service. And then we also provide a mentoring program. And the last day, we have a demo day for the presentation. And this one is one of our startup who got a second runner-up in this program. They Algebra. They're working in the aquaculture solution for counting the young aquatic creature using a computer video and AI. And this is Eden. They're working on developing innovations that maintain freshness of the agricultural product. And the winner is Sperm Speed. They developed the hormone pads for accelerating estrus activity in beef and dairy cattle. And the summarize of last year activity was in this video. Let's check it out. มีเสียงไหมคะที่เราต้องทำกับปูค่ะไม่มีเสียงค่ะไม่มีเสียงแล้วก็แชร์ใหม่เหรอคะ Sorry maybe share with sound okay sorry maybe cannot get the sound okay. ได้ไหมคะ Stop sharing. Sorry, maybe I have some mistake. I will stop sharing. Share it again. Ready,ไหมคะ โ
วัตกรรมแห่งชาติองค์การมหาชนหรือ NEA มีนโยบายที่ชัดเจนในการเร่งสร้างธุรกิจและระบบนิเวศสตาร์ทอัพด้านเกษตรหรือว่า AgTech Ecosystem โดยเรามุ่งหวังที่จะไปแก้ไขปัญหาด้านต่างๆด้วยนวัตกรรมทางเทคโนโลยีเพื่อพัฒนาสตาร์ทอัพด้านการเกษตรของไทยให้เติบโตอย่างรวดเร็วเข้มแข็งและเป็นผู้นำที่พลิกโฉมวงการเกษตรแห่งอนาคตได้อย่างแท้จริง
Okay, that's the end of my presentation. And sorry. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. So thank you very much. I will move to the next section.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing us the AgTech Connects. Before we move to the another session, we would like to have a group photo first. I would like to everyone in here in the Zoom meetings to turn on the cameras so we have a group photo together. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you very much. Today we're going to move to the next session that we invite three startup companies on the agriculture to from Thailand and one from Netherlands. And also the last of the session there will be like one-on-ones between matchings that we open a breakout room for everyone to have a chance to discuss with the company. And if you would like to discuss with the company, you can do on the with the chat box here, the chat box that you can register and then book the slot. Okay, first I would like to invite Kun Puvin Kongswat from the AGRITECHNICA Digital Technology, the Rise and Gain Quality Inspections, Machine and AI Technologies, to describe more on your company on AGRITECHNICA.
Thank you, Patty. Good afternoon from Thailand. My name is Puvin Kongswat. You can call me with. It's my pleasure to meet you guys. It's undeniable that the Netherlands is a leading country in the agricultural technology. It's my pleasure of me to present you guys today. So we'll get started my presentation. Can everyone see my slide? All right, let's get started. So my company, we aim to digitalize the staple food industry by the AI to provide sustainability for staple foods. So we aim to deliver the staple food from farm to fork more cheaper, more accessible, more efficient, and healthier for the world population. We start from the massive staple food industry in the Southeast Asia, which rise. So as you may know, grain industry is a staple food of the world population, accounting for 51% of the total consumption. Almost all the grain production is automated. But in the critical parts, quality assessment, quality control is still done manually, with the people spend long hours to looking at this kernel or one kernel at a time. So EasyRise, we want to enhance this process. Let's get example how we digitalize the grain industry. So start from the journey of the rice. The rice journey start from the farmer, deliver their paddy product to rice manufacturer. The rice manufacturer will assess the price by considering three main factors. The first one, the broken percentage. The second one is the moisture content. And the third one is very important things, the rice variety contamination. After the rice quality assessment, they put the rice into the rice production process to refine the paddy product into the rice and sort the short grain, eliminate the contamination. After that, humans are required again to inspect and assess the rice quality by sampling 25 grams for the rice product 1 ton. Using the human expert in conjunction with micrometer to measure the rice 1 kernel at a time. So it's undeniable that this method costs extremely time consuming, 45 minutes for one rice sample. So this method here we ran on the QA expert. That's why its cost is very expensive for the cooperative or small millers. That's why they cannot access this process and have to obtain the lower price. So it's like we realize this crucial problem. We developed artificial intelligence system to provide this process efficiently. We're considering to manufacture the medical feature and the nutrient content. We're using the AI to separate the rice into individual kernels. And after that, we will classify and tell the rice variety. Our machine is quite simple and user-friendly. You just put the rice sample into our machine and select the criteria and the gate, what you want to meet. Our machine will scan the image and send the image to cloud computing, matching with our AI model, and send the result back to just only 2 or 3 minutes. We can allow the rice quality assessment process more efficient and affordable for all stakeholders along the rice supply chain. Even small, the cooperative can afford our technology. So moreover, our technology is a digital technology. We can collect the meaningful data such as the rice volume, rice quality, rice price of the farmer to provide the constructive feedback to them to improve their crop yield. So we have launched our machine just only 6 months, but we can deliver our machine to the paying user more than 150 payers in the Thailand. So I think this will allow the EasyRise to be the leading player in this sector as well in Thailand. For now, we are on the world to dominating the Thailand exporting volume. So our machines, we can include the product value of the rice by conjunction with our scientific partner, AI robotic venture. Machines can provide the satellite analytics for the EasyRise. So EasyRise will feedback the constructive feedback such as the how to produce to increase the rice volume and how to produce the rice to more healthier for the end customer. So EasyRise, we will increase our product value to, sorry, can you mute your microphone, please? It's quite interrupt me, sorry. Okay, let me continue. So for now, it's like we have the plan to build up our project to for the right exporter. So it's like we join the global entrepreneur program of the British government. So recently they can provide the potential customer for the EasyRise in the UK. So we collaborate with the World Fair Trade Organization to provide the testable rice. Recently we can skip the information needs for the end customer. For example, we can provide the fair trade information and the carbon emissions information for the end customer. So we want to reward the customer who can reduce the carbon and get the reward. So we can aim and get the fair price for that product. So EasyRise as well, we can we obtain incredibly supportive from the private sector and the government sector in the Thailand. So, and we got the seed funding from the top player company in Thailand, the PTTEP. For now, we aim to pivot our project to the auto paint. That's why we are still seeking the potential partners such as the Starlight or the Netherlands company. So, we can, I think, easy rice can be applied in the wheat or barley as well for the wheat quality assessment before the malting process. Moreover, we got many award and winnings. So we are the winnings of the AgTech technology by the SCB and the government serving bank as well. So that's all for the easy rice. If you guys have the many questions, please ask me.
Thank you very much, Kun, for sharing on the easy rice. And if anyone has questions to ask, please feel free to give the message on the chat box and have the question lead to the Kuwins. And I do have like questions to ask actually. I would like to know like why you choose like UK to be like a first landings outside Thailand.
So it's undeniable that the conscious customer are in the UK. So their concerns about the environment and their concerns about the fair taste. That's why easy rice we can serve this price demand for the UK. That's why we decide to explore with our company in the UK. For moreover, it's inagreeable that in the developing countries such as the Thailand and Vietnam, we have the low pricing power. So easy rice we aim to minimize the AI cost. So that's why I decided to cooperate with the Cambridge University to minimize the computational power cost of the AI.
Wow, that's great. And who is your like our main customers? Is it the big factories or like directly to the farmers?
So for now, we sell our product for the rice manufacturer. For example, the rice miller, the rice exporter, the rice importer in the European country. This is my main customer. But so easy rice is we provide digital technology. We can correct the transaction record between the farmer and the miller. So we can provide the consecutive feedback to increase the cost yield or increase the product value for the customer, for the farmer as well. And we can provide the information such as the satellite information, the carbon emissions, and the fair trade information for the end customer to increase the product value and create the right value chain.
And can you please like translate your description on your company in Thai just a little bit?
Yes. ครับก็บริษัท Easy Rice ครับเราพัฒนาเทคโนโลยีปัญญาประดิษฐ์ครับในการที่จะตรวจสอบครับอาหารหลักของประชากรโลกครับแต่ว่าเราเริ่มต้นจากอาหารหลักก่อนที่เป็นข้าวครับผมซึ่งตอนนี้ปัญหาข้าวเนี่ยก็จะมีเรื่องของการตีราคารับซื้อครับจากเกษตรกรมาให้โรงสีนะครับจากวิธีการเดิมเนี่ยเขาใช้ลักษณะของการใช้คนดูการใช้ความเป็น expert เป็นหลักครับเราทำให้กระบวนการดูโดยการใช้ human judgment หรือการใช้คนในการตัดสินเนี่ยให้มันมีความเป็นวิทยาศาสตร์มากขึ้นโดยใช้เทคโนโลยีปัญญาประดิษฐ์ครับที่มันทำให้ process ในการตีราคารับซื้อเนี่ยหนึ่งคือป้องกันการที่ชาวนาเนี่ยโดนกดราคาและโรงสีเองก็จะไม่โดนการปลอมปนพันธุ์ข้าวครับเหมือนกันมันก็ทำให้เกิดคำว่า fair price ครับในการซื้อขายจริงทีนี้เราเองก็มองว่า process เนี่ยครับเราเข้าไปช่วยทำให้การซื้อขายเนี่ยมันเป็นธรรมสำหรับโรงสีกับชาวนาตอนนี้เราก็ขายไปได้แล้วมากกว่า100กว่าที่ครับซึ่งข้อมูลที่เราได้รับมาครับเราคิดว่าเราสามารถสร้าง value added ให้กับเกษตรกรได้ครับคือการทำให้end customer ที่อยู่ที่ยุโรปครับเขามีความแคร์เกี่ยวกับเรื่องของการปล่อยคาร์บอนการทำให้การที่ first producer อย่างชาวนาเนี่ยได้ราคา fair trade หรือเปล่าอันนั้นเป็นสิ่งที่ลูกค้าเขาอยากรู้ครับเราเลยต้องการที่จะเอาข้อมูลพวกนี้ครับไปบอกเขาแล้วก็สร้าง valueให้กับทางสินค้าข้าวครับให้มันมีราคาที่มันสูงขึ้นเพราะว่าผมเข้าใจว่าเกษตรกรส่วนใหญ่ครับที่อยู่ในประเทศไทยเรามีนากัน10 ถึง 15 ไร่ซึ่งไม่ใช่จำนวนที่เยอะครับเราเลยต้องการที่จะสร้างให้10 ถึง 15 ไร่เนี่ย มันมีสินค้าเนี่ยมันมี value มากที่สุดเราเลยพยายามที่จะทำเข้าส่งออกซึ่งตอนนี้เราสามารถส่งออกไปอังกฤษได้แล้วเรามีดีมานด์มาแล้วครับและเรากำลังจะหาเกษตรกรเนี่ยเพื่อมาเซิร์ฟกับดีมานด์ตรงนี้ร่วมกับทางผู้ส่งออกที่ร่วมมือกับทาง AGRITE ครับ
Okay, thank you very much, Kun Kubin. And Kun Kubin is still staying with us. And for the audience that who would like to discuss more with Kun Kubin, please register, and we will have a floor to the one-on-one business matching after the sessions. Thank you so much, Kun Kubin.
Thank you.
And for Kun Kubin to stop sharing the screen. Okay, and the next startup would be the briquettes. I would like to invite Kun Thanapom Muang Iem, the co-founder and managing director from the briquettes. สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะคุณธนภูมิ Hello
ได้ยินใช่ไหมครับ
โอเคได้ยินแล้วค่ะ
โอเคครับครับ Thank you so much. Sorry for any inconvenience. So first of all, I would like to thank you all, and I am so honored to take a part of this presentation. So I would like to share the presentation of the briquette business. I come from the company named the Briquette, who run the business for the briquette for over 3 years. So I would like to share the screen. Okay, oh, you guys see our presentation? See our presentation? Okay, so let me start with the briquette business overview. So then the briquette company, we run the business.
Can you do the full screens, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
So
like
go
to present on the full screens?
Yeah, I shared the screen already.
Full screens.
So do you see? You can see our presentation, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we start again. So this is the briquette business overview and what the briquette company run the business is. So then we have a 4 pillar. The first pillar is we work at the upstream. So then the briquette doesn't have the briquette farm, but we develop the application named AgTech Thai. Yeah, AgTech come from Acheta domestica. That is the scientific name of the house briquette species. And the goal that we develop the AgTech Thai application to control the quality, sanitary, and to let the raw material of the fresh briquette, which can be traceable and transparency for the modern market and for export. So you can see that where our AgTech Thai application is used. So then the orange color.
Your presentation is not moving. Can you try again? Stop sharing and share again and doing like full screen.
Okay, I got it. Now you see it?
Yes.
Okay, you see?
Yes, please continue.
Okay, so this is the second page that I would like to show you where we are and where our application AgTech Thai is used. So This is the orange color where the cricket farmer or the cricket farm in Thailand. So there is around 20,000 cricket farm in Thailand, and around 10% of the cricket farm that's gonna be used the AgTech. So, and this is the what AgTech will record the information is, for example, that where the cricket farmer use the fish or where the fish come from this, and where the equipment or the tool come from to use in the farms. And also on the other hand, when the cricket are harvested from the farm, where do the fresh cricket go to the cold chain, to the factory, or to the restaurant? Those are the function of the AgTech that can be traceable and transparent. So the AgTech is designed based on the GAP, Good Agricultural Practice, which have 5 factors. The first one is here about the structure of the farm that should be suitable to farm the cricket. The operations, we should have a manual. The operations of cricket feeding, cricket watering, and cricket feedings. The hygiene of the worker and maintenance of the farms. The third factor is about the animal health. To take care the health of the cricket and to prevent the vector or the pest from outside the farm into the cricket, that prevent the cricket it's not dangerous from the vectors, and the environment that should be eco-friendly. And this, the fifth factor, that is about the record. That is one of the toughest thing for the farmer to record, because regarding to the regulation, the farmer have to record how daily record 3 years, which is the Thai cricket farmer is not used to, and our application will be useful for them. Okay, and this is that is the why the AgTech is very important, because of the traceability and transparency. Because in case of the cricket is needed for the factory for export, the factory which has the GMP and SACCP standard has forced to order the raw material which have to certify the GAP. So it means that if the farmer, the cricket farmer use the AgTech application, so then the information that record in the AgTech can be exported directly to the factory, or can share via the line to the factory owner. So this is the AgTech perspective. So as I told you in the beginning, that the pain point of the cricket farmer, or almost 100% of the pain point of cricket farmer, there is around 4 pain points. So right now there are no information. I mean that there are no template to record the activity that they work daily, and when there are no template to record the daily activity, so that is very difficult to monitor the activity in the farm both the farm manager and also the farm owner. And even though the farmer or the farm is certified GAP standard already, but after that, as I told you that the farmer is not used to record the information, so then it's quite hard for them to maintain of recording daily. Yeah, and when there are no information or record, so it's hard for them to estimate the cost, how much that they use for the last cycle, how much profit that they can earn. That is the pain point. And after, and what the AgTech deliver the value or deliver the benefit to the cricket farmer is, yes, the AgTech is designed to easily to use, yeah, safe, easy to collect the information, and also in the end of the entire cycle, that information can be analyzed, yeah, and definitely the raw material of the fresh cricket can be traceable and transparency as well, and keep the record. So it means that even though the time passed weeks, months, or years, and we can check the record, yeah, or transaction of each activity, and then the farm owner or the farm manager can doing remotely monitoring. They don't have to be at the farm all the time. It's easy. This is very important when the information to be, so then it's easy to calculate the actual cost and then to forecast, yeah, to breed the cricket for the next cycle. Here, this is how our the AgTech look like. So there is 3 species that AgTech designed to control the cricket in the farm. There is house cricket. There is the 2-spot cricket, and there is the ground Jamaica cricket that is allowed to be farmed in the GAP. And this is that we decide that the farm owner or the farm manager can assign to each worker, yeah, to work at each activity at each time, yeah, and then can plan further, yeah, for next weeks, next month, or next year, yeah, and when the worker or the farm staff they finish each activity, so then they can send the notification to the farm manager or the farm owner, so then can be assured that the activity is done, or even there is some unexpected incident in the farm, so then it is faster for the farm manager or the farm owner to make the decision before the thing is going worse in the farm. So, and even one farm there is 50 container or 100 container, so then we decide that each container can be traceable. When at the end of the entire cycle, after the cricket are harvested, all the record that they recorded from the first day until the last day of the entire cycle, the record can be shared via link, or can be share as with the QR code, and share the link via the Line application to the farm owner or to the factory owner or to the stakeholder that would like to know the record, how is the cricket breeded, from the first day until the end of entire cycle. And even though not only the whole batch that we can share, so the farm owner or the farm manager can make the decision to share each lot, not the whole lot. So, and the record or the information can be exported into the Excel. So it's not, so the information that they recorded from the first day until end of the day is not useful not only for the farmer, but also useful for the farmer factory, for the factory owner, and useful for the auditor from the government agency. So that is the summary of the AgTech. So this is AgTech is one of our pillar. So to make the final or the customer trust in the final product when they know that the final product or the ingredient of the final product, they know exactly where that's come from, and can see back into the farm. So that is we believe that the customer will more pleased to pay the money to buy the final product. So that is the final product that we would like to show you, not because of we would like you to buy, but we would like you to see that all of these products, they come from the cricket powder, and those cricket powder are processed in the factory, which are certified by GMP and SACCP, and those factories have to import the fresh cricket from the farm, and that farm is certified by GAP, where use our AgTech. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Tinapoops. And I would like you to describe your company in Thai just a little bit, please.
ไทยนะครับ
ขอฝากอธิบาย company เป็นภาษาไทยสักเล็กน้อยค่ะ
โอเคครับตัว company นะครับจะมีทั้งหมด4เสาหลักในการดำเนินธุรกิจนะครับอย่างที่แจ้งไปตอนแรกว่าเราไม่ได้ทำฟาร์มเองนะครับแต่เรามีฟาร์มตัวอย่างอยู่ที่ออฟฟิศรามอินทราเป็น Urban Farming Mini Livestock แห่งแรกในกรุงเทพนะครับเราก็ได้ GAP นะครับตัวบนฟาร์มนี่แหละครับที่เราใช้ทำงาน R&D ในการพัฒนาAgTechขึ้นมาเหตุผลแรกที่เราพัฒนาเรื่องAgTechขึ้นมาเนี่ยเนื่องจากว่าหนึ่งในผลิตภัณฑ์ของเราเองนะครับตอนที่เราสั่งตัววัตถุดิบเข้ามานะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นตัวจิ้งหรีดเองก็ดีเข้ามาเนี่ยวัตถุดิบไม่มีความสม่ำเสมอในเรื่องของคุณภาพในเรื่องของสีในเรื่องของกลิ่นนะครับมันก็เลยทำให้เรามานั่งคิดดูว่าอะไรที่จะทำให้เราสามารถควบคุมคุณภาพนะครับตัววัตถุดิบได้จึงเป็นที่มาของในการพัฒนาตัวAgTechนะครับร้านอาหารชื่อ Bounce Burger นี่ก็เป็นในอีกหนึ่งธุรกิจของเราซึ่งอยู่ในตัวนี้นะครับดังนั้นเนี่ยเมื่อเรามั่นใจได้ว่าเราพัฒนาAgTechเรียบร้อยแล้วเราเอาแอปพลิเคชันAgTechตัวนี้นะครับไปใช้กับฟาร์มที่อยู่ในเครือข่ายของเราเนื่องจากว่าเรามั่นใจว่าชาวฟาร์มเนี่ยเขามีความรู้ความสามารถในการเลี้ยงแล้วล่ะนะครับเพียงแต่ว่าจะทำยังไงให้เขานะครับเลี้ยงได้อย่างมีคุณภาพนะครับและอีกจุดหนึ่งเมื่อสักครู่ต้องขออภัยที่ไม่ได้พูดในภาษาอังกฤษนะครับตื่นเต้นนิดนึงก็คือจุดเด่นของAgTechเนี่ยคือการควบคุมแล้วก็ช่วยลดต้นทุนนะครับอันนี้เป็น1 pain point เลยเนื่องจากว่าราคาอาหารจิ้งหรีดจะเหมือนกับราคาอาหารสัตว์ทั่วไปเลยมีแต่เพิ่มขึ้นเราไม่สามารถจะควบคุมราคาอาหารจิ้งหรีดได้เลยเนื่องจากว่าเป็นปัจจัยภายนอกนะครับแต่ว่าปัจจัยภายในฟาร์มนี่แหละ นะครับที่เราจะสามารถควบคุมได้ฉะนั้นอาเซียนไทยเนี่ยจะยังทำงานแมนนวลอยู่บางส่วนนะครับให้ชาวฟาร์มเนี่ยลงเรคคอร์ดในการลงเรคคอร์ดเดลี่ในแต่ละวันเนี่ยเขาจะต้องลงเรคคอร์ดเลยว่าแต่ละวันเนี่ยช่วงอายุของจิ้งหรีดแต่ละช่วงต้องให้อาหารเท่าไหร่ให้น้ำเท่าไหร่ในไซเคิลแรกเนี่ยจะเป็นการเก็บข้อมูลพอจบไซเคิลของไซเคิลแรกเราจะเอาข้อมูลทั้งหมดมาวิเคราะห์จนเราได้ข้อมูลที่เป็นประโยชน์เรียบร้อยแล้วนะครับว่าในแต่ละช่วงเนี่ยในไซเคิลแรกเนี่ยคุณให้อาหารณอายุจิ้งหรีดตอนนี้เยอะไปพอเยอะไปปุ๊บอาหารสูญเสียนะครับอาหารโดนอากาศก็ชื้นก็เหม็นจิ้งหรีดก็ไม่กินนะครับไซเคิลถัดไปเราก็จะบอกได้เลยว่าช่วงอายุเท่านี้จากสมมุตินะครับให้1 กิโลคุณควรเหลือ500 กรัมเป็นต้นอย่างเงี้ยครับเมื่อจบไซเคิลที่2ปุ๊บเนี่ยนะครับก็จะทำให้ต้นทุนอาหารเนี่ยลดลงจากการที่เราควบคุมแล้วก็กับเกษตรกรนะครับว่าแต่ละตัวเนี่ยควรจะให้อาหารในปริมาณเท่าไหร่นะครับแล้วก็เป็นที่มาของอาเซียนไทยที่ตอนนี้เราเอาไปใช้อยู่ประมาณ10 ฟาร์มได้ครับขอบคุณครับ
ขอสอบถามเพิ่มเติมนะตัวอาเซียนไทยเนี่ยจะเป็นแอปพลิเคชันที่คอนโทรลเรื่อง farming แล้วเรามีแพลนที่จะดูแบบสปีชีส์ของอินเสกต์อื่นบ้างหรือเปล่าคะ
ครับคือตอนนี้นะครับที่เราดูไว้นะครับผมไม่แน่ใจเมื่อกี้จะแชร์ให้ดูตัวต้นทุนแล้วก็แชร์ให้ดูเรื่องของว่ามันลดต้นทุนไปเท่าไหร่นะครับเราดูตอบคำถามแรกก่อนคือเราดูไปที่ BSF ด้วยนะครับเนื่องจาก BSF เนี่ยโอเคจิ้งหรีดเนี่ยเป็นเรื่องของ human consumption แน่นอนแล้วแต่ว่าต้นทางของทุกอย่างที่จะแก้ไขปัญหาได้คือปลาป่นซึ่งเป็นส่วนผสมหลักในอาหารปศุสัตว์เกือบทั้งหมดและณตอนนี้ในต่างประเทศก็เรียบร้อยนะครับในหลายๆประเทศก็มีกฎหมายรองรับในการที่เพาะเลี้ยง BSF Black Soldier Fly เพื่อมาเป็นตัวที่จะแทน Fish Meal นะครับแล้ว Fish Meal นี่แหละมันก็จะไปเป็น ingredient ในอาหารหมูอาหารไก่แม้กระทั่งอาหารจิ้งหรีดนะครับซึ่งตัวนี้ตัวอาเซียนไทยที่ตอนนี้สามารถใช้กับทางจิ้งหรีดได้เนี่ยเราก็จะสามารถ adapt นะครับเพราะว่าพื้นฐานจะคล้ายๆกันแล้วก็สามารถเอามาใช้ในฟาร์ม BSF ได้ครับผม
to share yours to see more details
ขอบคุณมากครับ
โปรตีนจากจิ้งหรีดนะครับเป็นโปรตีนทางเลือกที่กำลังมาแรงเลยในต่างประเทศแล้วก็ประเทศไทยของเราถือเป็นประเทศที่มีศักยภาพและก็มีความชำนาญในการเพาะเลี้ยงจิ้งหรีดในเชิงพาณิชย์เป็นอย่างดีหลายคนเนี่ยอาจจะคิดว่าการเลี้ยงจิ้งหรีดต้องใช้พื้นที่เยอะซึ่งจริงๆแล้วต่อให้เรามีพื้นที่จำกัดก็สามารถเลี้ยงได้แต่สิ่งที่สำคัญเลยเราต้องวางระบบการจัดการทั้งหมดเนี่ยให้ดีแล้วก็นำเทคโนโลยีต่างๆมาใช้เพื่อให้จิ้งหรีดของเราเนี่ยมีคุณภาพปัจจุบันเนี่ยในประเทศไทยมีเกษตรกรผู้เลี้ยงจิ้งหรีดมากกว่า 23,000 รายเลยส่วนใหญ่จะเลี้ยงกันตามใต้ถุนบ้านครับซึ่งการเลี้ยงในรูปแบบนี้มันทำให้เกิดการตรวจสอบกระบวนการเลี้ยงเป็นไปได้ยากแล้วก็ยังมีปัญหาในเรื่องของการบริหารต้นทุนอีกเรื่องความสะอาดสุขอนามัยในการเพาะเลี้ยงถ้าต้องการเลี้ยงจิ้งหรีดหรือแปรรูปเพื่อการส่งออกผู้ผลิตในต่างประเทศก็จะให้ความสำคัญในเรื่องของแหล่งที่มาซึ่งทำให้ต้องมีเทคโนโลยีเข้ามาช่วยในการตรวจสอบย้อนกลับถึงต้นทางที่มาของสินค้าเลยแล้วก็ต้องทำให้ลูกค้าเนี่ยมั่นใจในความสะอาดและก็คุณภาพของจิ้งหรีดอีกด้วยแต่ในเมื่อเราอยู่ในเขตเมืองมีพื้นที่จำกัดเราสามารถเลี้ยงในบ้านหรือว่าอาคารพาณิชย์อย่างเงี้ยได้ไหมก็เริ่มศึกษาวิจัยแล้วก็ปรับปรุงพัฒนาโดยเราเลี้ยงเป็นแบบแนวตั้งหรือเป็น vertical cricket farming เลี้ยงในหลังมีการควบคุมอุณหภูมิอยู่ที่32 องศาเซลเซียสแล้วก็ใช้ระบบกรองอากาศตลอด24 ชั่วโมงเพื่อให้อากาศถ่ายเทไม่มีกลิ่นเหม็นอับชื้นหรือว่าเป็นแหล่งสะสมของแบคทีเรียได้เราสามารถควบคุมในเรื่องของระยะเวลาการเลี้ยงปริมาณน้ำหนักได้อย่างแน่นอนโดยการนำระบบ Internet of Things เข้ามาใช้ในการบริหารจัดการฟาร์มแบบเรียลไทม์เลยเช่นปกติการเลี้ยงจิ้งหรีดแบบทั่วไปใช้เวลาประมาณ45 วันแต่ในระบบนี้เนี่ยลดระยะเวลา1 รอบเนี่ยให้เหลือภายใน1 เดือนได้ระบบก็สามารถควบคุม การให้น้ำให้อาหารตามระยะเวลาและน้ำหนักที่เราต้องการได้สามารถตรวจสอบได้ว่าระดับอาหารเนี่ยหากใกล้หมดมันก็จะมีสัญญาณเตือนไปยังแอปพลิเคชันและยังสามารถตรวจสอบย้อนกลับกระบวนการเลี้ยงตั้งแต่ต้นไปถึงปลายทางได้อย่างโปร่งใสอีกด้วยครับปัจจุบันเนี่ยเราก็มีฟาร์มคอนแทคประมาณ10ฟาร์มมีกำลังการผลิตอยู่ประมาณ30ตันต่อรอบการเลี้ยงการมีเทคโนโลยีที่เอื้ออำนวยติดตามตรวจสอบได้อย่างแม่นยำตรงนี้จะทำให้ผู้บริโภคสามารถมั่นใจได้เลยว่าสิ่งที่กินมาจากไหนเพิ่มความเชื่อมั่นได้เป็นอย่างมากในมุมมองของผู้ผลิตเนี่ยก็จะการันตีได้ว่าคุณภาพของฟาร์มนั้นๆเป็นอย่างไรด้วยข้อมูลที่แท้จริงและก็ตรวจสอบได้อย่างโปร่งใสและในมุมของประเทศเนี่ยหากเกษตรกรในประเทศเข้าถึงเทคโนโลยีได้อย่างมีองค์ความรู้แล้วก็เข้าใจอย่างแท้จริงก็จะสามารถขับเคลื่อนภาคการเกษตรของประเทศไทยให้เติบโตได้อย่างยั่งยืนครับ
ขอบคุณมากครับ Thank you so much ครับ
Thank you so much, Kuntanakun, for sharing with us, and you stay with us for the one-on-one business matchings at the end of the sessions. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Inio Bro-Eggers, co-founder, executive from the DB2 Visions from Netherlands.
Good afternoon. I didn't know I was up. I thought the schedule was for 3 o'clock, but no problem. I'm here. First of all, thank you, NIA, for organizing this awesome event and also for inviting me to present. I've seen the previous presentations, and it seems to be a Zoom thing that people share the wrong presentation of PowerPoint. So I'm probably going to do that as well. So I'm sorry in advance, but I'll try to share the full screen. All right. Well,
and controls.
Okay, let me see if this is going to work. Are you seeing it full screen?
Yes, yes.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you. So my presentation is on the importance of democratizing multispectral imagery for agriculture. To give you a bit of intro, let me go to the right screen. So my company's name is DB2 Vision. We are a three-man startup, or we're a three-man startup of industrial camera specialists and hybrid sensor specialists. We started, I think, about January 2016. And in June 2019, after about 3.5 years of development, we were very proud and very relieved to introduce La Quinta, which is a revolutionary multispectral hybrid sensor camera for precision agriculture to identify crop stress before the human eye can detect it. It's the most fully featured but lowest cost multispectral AgTech camera in the world. And why am I emphasizing the low cost is that our goal is actually to develop high-tech equipment, but make it accessible financially for pretty much every individual farmer or agronomist. Leading to our vision, which is to enable the farmer to maximize its crop output while using the minimum amount of resources. It's got a twofold benefit. It's not just being able to detect where you have your stress points in your crop field. It's also being able to pinpoint, by being able to pinpoint where those problems occur, you will be enabled to use the minimum amount of your resources, whether it's water or fertilizer or pesticides. So there's multiple benefits to it. Sorry, I'm struggling with my screen. So let's identify the problem first. This is an example of a vineyard in Austria, one of our customers actually, who sent me the imagery. So this image is generally what a farmer sees when he works his land. Of course, it's pretty hard to observe localized issues. It's, of course, time consuming. Some of the underlying problems are not yet visible to the naked eye. So this is not really an ideal way to identify your issues. Second image, this is actually an aerial view of actually our camera that took all these images sequentially, and this was stitched in software to get you a complete overview, which of course leads to the benefit of a lot less time to observe your land. But as you can see, this seems to the non-trained eye, and maybe also the trained eye, as a relatively healthy piece of land with vines. You cannot really see clear signs of crop stress or vigor. So we move on to the next screen. And this is what you see when you use multispectral imagery, which also comes from our camera. This is what a farmer can see when he uses multispectral technology. So in this case, this is our camera, but of course, this would have been the same thing with other multispectral cameras. It's easy to identify the problem areas. Of course, the completely red areas are the roads, so that's dead. But you can also see that in the previous image, in the middle and towards the bottom middle, it looked, or it appeared green, whereas these are clear signs of stress. So when it's even starting to turn yellowish towards the orange, that means there's our clear signs of stress, and that means you can treat during the season rather than after, and dramatically improve your crop output, and also, like I said, save valuable resources by using less or not at all on the very healthy parts, like you would see on the right of the screen. So, like I said, multispectral technology, until I think I've been involved in it since 2013. I think it was extremely expensive in the beginning. Of course, the democratizing of this technology is of course first propelled by making it accessible by lowering its costs. That was our primary goal. So what did we aim for? Of course, the mass adoption, meaning that I would say we overcame the problem of the pricing of the imaging equipment, meaning I think we are about 40% lower cost than the next camera on the global market. But it's not just that. Usually when we test our cameras in-house, my two other partners are engineers, so they test on the dummy, which is me. If I am able to use it, then anyone should be able to use it. And the complexity of its use, of course, is very important as well, because you're not just talking about a camera, you're talking about a whole solution, of which camera is just a part of it. Pricing, like I said, it's the lowest cost multispectral UAV sensor for agriculture in the world by far. I call it a UAV sensor, but it's not really just meant for drones. We see a lot of regulation troubles that we have in some countries to work with it. We have a technology used that I'm going to describe a little bit later, that also allows for really up close inspection, meaning you can also mount it on a tractor or on any moving vehicle, ground vehicle. It's system agnostic. Like I said, you can use it on a tractor as well. It functions without dependency on the carrier. So any place, anytime, anywhere, you can use it without being dependent on what it's mounted on. And it's multi-compatible. We are not software developers. We actually like to work with software developers because we are mostly hardware developers. Of course, there's embedded software in the camera, but what we wanted to do is make it possible to use our camera with any type of software that is out there. So we have multiple ways of providing our imagery to the software. So most programs that are commonly used can use our camera immediately. So there's multiple uses. Of course, we're going to focus on agriculture mostly, but there are some more uses that are closely related to agriculture that our camera is very effective for as well. So of course, now we already discussed the crop monitoring and identify the healthy versus stressed vegetation zones. But there's also a clear usage for forestry and general health and stress analysis over large and sometimes hard to cover areas by ground. So you can identify viral or bacterial infections, disease. We've done a project in South Africa where we were actually looking at the effects of forest fire, not of course directly where the fire was, but the expanding effects of the forest fire to the nearby vegetation. Another one is a very important one as well, algae bloom detection, which is, of course, besides the fact that it's a major public health hazard, and many countries throughout the world with coastal lines have troubles with algae bloom. And another economic problem, of course, is that it causes major losses in fishery. This is not an unimportant one either. Urban green and health analysis, the identification of the amount of oxygen that the vegetation in the city will produce, and whether that's enough for sustainability for your inhabitants. Our Australian distributor is actually very specialized in this and uses our camera for analysis of urban green, among which he did recently in Hong Kong, which of course is a big challenge to perform such a project. Last one is an interesting one. It's more something that has come up in the recent years. It's been used in the United States quite a bit already. By using drone multispectral crop stress imagery for insurance claims of incurred damages. Hereby, you can prove and show that the damages came from something outside of your control. So, what's the opportunity here? So I looked up a little of some very interesting facts on the Thai market. And I found that, of course, I knew this actually, that it's among the top 2 global rice exporters, producing 5% of the world's rice, but with almost 25% of global trade. So that's quite an impressive feat. 33% of the total workforce in Thailand is involved in agriculture, and a total annual crop production output of $50 billion, and the top 5 global fish and seafood industry, of which 90% is being exported. So for the rest of the world, that is a very important market. Some lesser sides, the annual loss of several million tons of crops due to pests, floods, and diseases. And despite government measures, still a significant overuse of banned pesticides, which also leads to crop loss and public health hazard. 1/3 of the active population are active in agriculture, but they account for only 10% of the total Thailand GDP. There are severe problems with coastal area algae bloom, causing several hundred millions of US dollars in fishery losses per year. Of course, you're very much not the only one. That's a global problem, but nonetheless, given the importance of fishery in Thailand, that's definitely a fact to mention. And maxing out on arable land, this is also a global problem, with 40% of the total landmass being used for agriculture already. So what are opportunities with multispectral aerial and ground-based multispectral remote sensing? Double word, sorry. Maximizing your crop output. So by early detection of crop stress, you can take your measures during the season rather than after, and you can increase your crop output during your first season of use. save valuable resources. So variable rate technology, you save resources, water, fertilizer, pesticides by using only where needed and the amount of what is needed based on the evaluation you made with the remote sensing and seeing where your stress areas are. Going to the algae bloom, early detection of algae bloom, prevent fishery losses, and as a bonus, not really a bonus, but actually a primary point, the public health hazard again. It's a cost-effective method on both big and small scale. Like I said, we were trying to democratize this market by making it a volume product, being able to be used on a large scale, but also as an individual farmer that has the ability to purchase a drone or with a camera with software. So this provides possibilities both in small scale as well as large scale projects. What is needed for that? Well, first thing I always say is that we're a camera manufacturer. We're not agricultural specialists per se. Well, we've become so after the couple of years of being completely involved in it, of course, but no, it's we are primarily camera specialists. And when a farmer or an agronomist wants a solution using this, he's not going to come to us. Well, some of them may, but most of them will say, okay, well, I'm going to need a drone for this, so I'm going to go to the drone manufacturer and purchase this, and also ask them about software. Most farmers or agronomists are not even aware that the camera that hangs under that drone is not developed by that drone company. So, and they don't care. It's not their problem. They just want a solution, and we are not a solution. I'm fully honest about that. We are part of a solution, and we need collaboration. And collaboration, of course, starts when there's complexities in an A to Z field of having to use multiple technologies together. Is the merging of private and public sector. It sometimes needs to be pushed by the public sector, but also bigger private companies need to invest in the smaller startups or the smaller companies that develop this really specific niche product in order to make it move forward. So that goes to the other island, being the large AgTech companies that are involved in a lot more than just this multispectral technology, but precision agriculture as a whole. And also the software developers working together with hardware developers is a very important one, which we found out that isn't always that obvious in the years that we've been active, that being able to work with the software companies closely and get everything working. We said we wanted to be system agnostic, but also compatible with all software programs. It turned out not to be just a click of a button. So it is now, I hope, but it didn't used to be in the beginning. So collaboration is vital here. That's all I'm trying to say. And it's on small scale in interconnections between companies, but also larger AgTech companies investing in these niche products, as well as public and private funding. So a little bit of technology here. So what's the different kinds of multispectral technology? And not to, with the fear of making it sound arrogant, what makes us special? So multispectral technology can be implemented in several ways. There's the way of basically the do-it-yourself camera. Take a normal camera, take a long pass filter, and throw out the blue part of the color and replace it with near infrared. I always say that it's about as professional an AgTech camera as Fred Flintstone is a mobile as a car. Like I said, it replaces blue for near infrared. That means that you cannot make a color image, which is also something that most users want. They want the color image to see the overall view, as well as the multispectral agricultural index. And very important, there's no narrow bands possible. Narrow bands mean that you do not let through all of the light of the red, green, and blue, but just parts that are vital for vegetation. If you do not do that, you get crosstalk, meaning that you get vital misinformation due to colors running through each other. And that's the way that a sensor of a camera is built up to. R, G, and B are not completely separated from each other. They run through each other. So you need to narrow the bands on a technical perspective, but also on the agricultural perspective, which is actually relevant. So basically, it lacks also extra sensory information. You cannot distill GPS coordinates from a regular camera and light information from the sun from a regular camera. So this is not really an ideal solution. And there's the next one. It's actually the most used method of multispectral technologies is basically multiple cameras in a box, where each camera looks and each lens looks at a different part of the spectrum, whether it's red, green, or blue, or infrared. And that means that each lens has a slightly different field of view. It needs software to enable the image alignment, or you make a process inside the camera. The slower image capture, so when you're moving it with a high speed on a drone, it needs to record from 4 cameras rather than from 1. You cannot swap lenses to change the focal length. So there's some drones that will fly low to the ground. There's some up that can go up way higher. If you want to use it on a ground vehicle, this is not possible. Normally, you would need to at least 30 meters height to make it effective. Like I said, not able to be used at close range. It does not mean that cameras that are built up this way are ineffective. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. I'm just looking at the technical side that makes it more difficult to use. So a brief technology lesson on how we developed our camera. In order to understand that, you need to understand how 95% of image sensors work. Every 4 pixel square of an image sensor captures a different part of the light, being a different part of the color R, G, or B. From every 4 pixel, 1 captures red, 1 blue, and 2 capture green. And green because we are most sensitive to that color, and it also adds light to your image. If every pixel would capture every part of the light, it would just be an indistinguishable blend, and we would not see what our eyes would see. So what we did, and it's actually now finally patented, is develop a dual filter layer technology, meaning that one of the base filter, which is the RGB that you see depicted in the screen here, one of the greens is being replaced by near infrared. And then there's a second filter that we placed on top of that one that actually narrows those 4 bands down to the specific areas that are vital for analyzing vegetation. So it means you actually therefore have a single optical path with a single high resolution sensor, meaning that you can look at 20 centimeters height when you want to look at leaf level. You do not have different fields of view with different cameras. So it provides a lot more advantages. You're already guaranteed of having 4 identical images. So the processing in software goes a lot faster, which is very important because a farmer doesn't want to wait hours and hours for something to be processed. And if you can do it faster, it's always an advantage. I'm not going to describe everything here. The presentation is available for everyone who wants to know it, but it basically says what it has as features, but also that it's easy to use by using your Android or iOS app to control the camera. Like I said, for identical images, you do not have to realign anything. The blue, green, red, and near infrared are all exactly the same image, meaning you can not go wrong with wrong overlays of the imagery to get a good agricultural index and see what your crop stress is. And you can also distill the RGB out of it. I'm going to show you a couple of images that we did with our camera. This is the forest fire in South Africa, and to see what the effects were on the neighboring vegetation and trees. As you can see, there's quite some devastation going on there. Focusing on a part of it, you will see that there's not much really healthy vegetation left after the fire. And I have to say, the fire was not in this area. It was actually east of this area, but this is how smoke and other effects of the fire affected the vegetation. So it's very clear to see what it does, and you can treat it accordingly and very specifically in an area that is hard to access. This is something I don't expect you to start reading, but this is one of the things that that is important for our has been important for our growth. We partnered with the #2 UAV manufacturer on a global scale. They exclusively work with us in the precision agricultural world. So this is was a great feat to finally get together with them. Another one, this is something I have available for those who are interested, not exactly agriculture, but related, of course. The algae bloom I was discussing. There's been a scientific research on how to detect it in early stages, and our camera was used for this, and it was actually also measured against other methods of doing this, and it was found that it was the most cost-effective method to detect this in advance. So if anyone's interested in this paper, please let me know. I'd be happy to share it with you. So what's a comparison? We've been talking about, I've been talking about price for a little while. How does it compare? So here are a couple of I would say competitors or other multispectral cameras and their pricing, ranging from €3,500 to €6,000. And whereas our camera is below €2,000, together with a light sensor to capture the light fluctuations of the sun and a GPS as well, and a mount for your drone. So just to give you an example, for almost the price of the lowest cost camera after us, you get the complete package with a drone, and not just a simple one. It's actually a hexacopter drone that has quite an endurance as well. So we are trying to make this a volume product in the world. Usually you don't end up with who we are, but I did want to throw it in that we are a startup, but we are not, unfortunately, young people anymore. We've had a career before this and some experience. Actually, I think we had a combined experience of 60 years in imaging. You will see two similar names. That is true. That is actually family of mine. And Renee, the actually developer of the camera part, has been my colleague way before we started this together. So this is who we are. And what I'm looking for, I would love to talk to companies that are also presenting here that see a connection with us. I would love to share information between companies that are related, but also, are you a corporate investor with passion for agriculture? Contact us, or a UAV manufacturer, an agricultural AI developer, or an AgTech supplier. We would love to talk to you, work with you, and discuss some more. So if you're not in the one-on-one meetings after this, by all means, contact us through NIA or through the email you see on screen here. We would love to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Neil, for sharing with us. You still look young. Don't worry about that.
I won't say my real age, but thank you.
And can you share more about your experience on expand to China? So we like to compare how you access to the ASEAN market.
Are you talking specifically Thailand or just any a broad nation?
A broad nation, but I know that you already access your company to the China, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
can you share more?
The very reason for that is simply because drone usage in China, of course, has been accepted a lot longer than in most other, or actually all other countries, simply because it's being pushed by government, because 80% of the drones are actually manufactured and developed in China. So that's also good for their economy. China had an issue in agriculture that way more than any other big agricultural country, they used manual spraying, which of course is very bad for your health, and it leads to 300% overspraying if you compare it to other crop producing countries, including Thailand. So they had even more major issues than we had, and plus it's huge. All those factors together, plus the fact that I've been working in China since 2012, led me to focus for a large part on getting accepted in China, and then it might trickle, I wouldn't say trickle down, but trickle forward to other countries as well. I actually hadn't expected it to be any big success in my own country, because I figured, the plots in Holland for farmers are too small, but I was completely wrong. And like I've been completely wrong about many things in the last years. It actually, the adoption of this technology in Holland is quite a lot more than I would have expected. But China is an important country to focus on, but so is Thailand. The fact is, right now, China is not easily accessible since COVID, of course. So for us, it was a major hurdle to take when COVID hit us. It pretty much took 80% of our focus away, which made us have to look at other directions as well. Regulations for drone usage in Europe wasn't really implemented in a very effective way yet until the early 2021, I believe. So we've been struggling for a while, and I have to say the partnership with Unique, the big drone company, certainly helped us with name recognition, which is always a problem for a startup. So yes, we do focus on China, but we are actually focused on every big country which has a big agricultural scene. And this is also why Thailand is one of our main focuses.
All right, thank you so much. And please stay tuned with us for the one-on-ones matching.
I would be happy to, and I look forward to those. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. So I would like to invite Kun Pichri to give us a translation.
ขอบคุณค่ะ DB2 Vision นะคะเป็นผลิตภัณฑ์เป็นสตาร์ทอัพด้าน AgTech นะคะโดยมีผลิตภัณฑ์เนี่ยเป็น Multi Spectrum กล้องนะคะหรือว่าเป็นกล้องที่มีที่ถ่ายความถี่ได้หลายความถี่นะคะที่ตามรูปที่เขาได้โชว์ไปนะคะว่าจะเป็นรูปพืชผลตามปกติหรือว่าจะเป็นรูปคลื่นความถี่ที่เป็น RGB ก็ได้นะคะโดยบริษัทเขาเนี่ยได้จัดตั้งเมื่อปี 2016 เดือนมกราคมนะคะแล้วก็กล้องเขาเนี่ยจะมีเซ็นเซอร์เพื่อที่จะระบุว่าพืชผลเนี่ยมีปัญหาที่ไหนนะคะแล้วก็จะช่วยให้เกษตรกรเนี่ยไม่ต้องใช้ไม่ต้องใช้น้ำหรือว่าปุ๋ยหรือว่ายาฆ่าแมลงมากเกินไปนะคะแล้วก็พันธกิจของเขาคือการใช้กล้องที่การใช้เทคโนโลยีที่สูงก็คือกล้องนะคะเครื่องมือแต่ว่าเกษตรกรเนี่ยยังสามารถจ่ายเงินเพื่อเอากล้องพวกนี้เนี่ยมาใช้ประโยชน์ได้โดยตอนนี้เขามีผลิตภัณฑ์อยู่2ชนิดนะคะ เป็นกล้องทั้งคู่ซึ่งกล้องของเขาเนี่ยจะมีราคาที่ต่ำกว่าราคากล้องในท้องตลาดประมาณ 40% นะคะโดยประโยชน์ของทางกล้องที่เขาใช้เนี่ยก็จะสามารถเป็นมอนิเตอร์หรือว่าสังเกตการพืชผลได้นะคะหรือว่าดูป่าไม้นะคะแล้วก็มีการดูสังเกตสาหร่ายนะคะที่สามารถว่าสาหร่ายเนี่ยมันเกิดเยอะเกินไปหรือเปล่าทำให้น้ำตรงบ่อน้ำตรงนั้นเนี่ยมีปัญหานะคะแล้วก็ยังมีการใช้ในด้านของประกันอีกด้วยค่ะเพื่อป้องกันการประกันที่บอกว่าเป็นเกิดขึ้นโดยไม่คาดคิดนะคะค่ะนี่ก็คือ DV2 Vision ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
So it's the end of sorry. So it's the end of the startup presentation. So we would like to move to the one-on-one business matching at 3:30. So you have 10 minutes to take a break. Thank you very much for Kun Hans and Kun Lloyd and P. Pariwat Naka for the opening session. Thank you for the speaker from startup from Thailand and DB2 from Netherlands. So we would like to get a very big connection and expand our networking to all over the world. Naka. So please take a break for 10 minutes. Ka.